Pain. We've all felt it. That gut-wrenching, soul-crushing feeling that seems to permeate every fiber of our being. It comes in many forms: physical, emotional, mental. A broken heart, a shattered dream, a devastating loss. In those moments, it's easy to feel like we're drowning, like we'll never break free from the suffocating grip of our agony. But what if I told you that pain isn't your enemy? That within every wound lies the seed of triumph, within every setback the key to your comeback. You see, pain isn't just something to be endured, it's a force to be harnessed. Your pain has a purpose. Those trials you're facing right now are not roadblocks, they're stepping stones propelling you towards the person you were always meant to become. I know it doesn't feel that way when you're in the thick of it. Trust me, I've been there. Rock Bottom and I are old friends. I've had days, weeks, months where getting out of bed felt like an act of heroism. Where putting one foot in front of the other was a battle against the gravity of my own grief. There was a time in my life when everything I thought I knew, everything I held dear, came crashing down around me. My world shattered like a window hit by a wrecking ball, fragments of who I used to be scattered on the ground. I lost my sense of self, my direction, my hope. I was utterly lost, wandering through a wasteland of my own pain. But in that barren desert, I found something unexpected, a flicker of light amidst the darkness. A tiny ember of strength that refused to be extinguished, no matter how hard life tried to snuff it out. And slowly, painstakingly, I began to nurture that ember. I fanned it with my faith, fueled it with my fortitude until it grew into a roaring fire that illuminated my entire being. You see, that's the thing about pain. It's not just destructive. It's transformative. Like a blacksmith forging a sword, the flames of adversity temper us, shape us, make us stronger and sharper and more resilient. Every blow that falls upon us is an opportunity to redefine ourselves, to emerge from the ashes as a phoenix reborn. But rebirth is not a passive process. It requires action, it demands courage. You have to be willing to walk through the fire, to feel the heat of your own pain and keep moving forward anyway. You have to confront your demons, stare them in the face and refuse to blink first. It's not easy, it's not comfortable, but growth never is. Think about a butterfly. Before it can spread its wings and take flight, it has to go through a metamorphosis. It starts out as a caterpillar, inching along the ground, limited in its movement and perspective. Then it enters the chrysalis, a dark and confined space where its body literally dissolves into goo. It's a painful, messy process. But from that goo, something miraculous happens. A butterfly emerges, unfurling its wings to reveal breathtaking beauty and unimaginable potential. That's what pain does for us. It's the chrysalis that catalyzes our transformation. It breaks us down so we can be built back up, stronger and wiser and more beautiful than before. But just like the butterfly, we have to be willing to embrace the process. We have to surrender to the dissolution of our former selves, trusting that something better awaits us on the other side. And make no mistake, there is another side. No matter how interminable your pain may feel, it is not infinite. It will end. You will heal. The sun will rise again, and when it does, you'll be astounded by your own radiance. Because here's the thing, your pain is not just a catalyst for transformation. It's a source of power. Think about the most inspiring people you know, the ones who emanate strength and resilience and grace. Chances are they've been through hell and back. They've endured unimaginable hardships, suffered devastating losses, hit rock bottom and clawed their way back up. And in the process, they've transmuted their pain into purpose. That's the alchemical magic of the human spirit, our ability to take the lead of our suffering and spin it into gold. To use our wounds as a source of wisdom, our scars as a testament to our strength. Every adversity we face is an opportunity to dig deep within ourselves, to tap into reserves of courage and compassion and creativity we never knew we had. But it's not just about us. When we alchemize our pain into power, we become a beacon for others. We show them that it's possible to rise from the ashes, to rebuild from the rubble. We become living proof that there is life after loss, hope after heartbreak, triumph after tragedy. I think about the people who have inspired me the most in my own journey, the ones who have faced unthinkable challenges with unshakable grace. The single mother working 3 jobs to put food on the table for her kids. The cancer survivor who stares death in the face and chooses joy anyway. The refugee who flees violence and persecution, risking everything for a chance at a better life. These people are not just survivors, they're warriors. They've taken the arrows life has flung at them and fashioned them into armor. They've transformed their trials into testimonies, their pain into power. And in doing so, they've lit the way for the rest of us. That's what I want for you. I want you to know that your pain has a purpose. That every tear you shed, every wound you've endured, every scar you bear, it's all part of your hero's journey. It's the forge that's shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. But becoming that person requires more than just passive endurance. It requires active engagement with your pain. It means leaning into the discomfort, embracing the uncertainty, and mining the darkness for the glimmers of light within. It means asking yourself the hard questions. What is this pain trying to teach me? How can I use it to grow, to evolve, to become a better version of myself? What strengths and skills and insights am I gaining from this experience that I couldn't have gotten any other way? Those questions aren't easy to answer. They require brutal honesty, unflinching introspection, and a willingness to confront the shadows within ourselves. But when we do, when we summon the courage to alchemize our pain, something extraordinary happens. We find our purpose. We discover our power. We unleash the warrior within us that's been waiting all along to be called forth. And suddenly the pain that once felt like a prison becomes a portal, a doorway to a new dimension of possibility and potential. I've seen it happen time and time again in my own life and in the lives of countless others. The single mother who starts her own business and becomes a beacon of empowerment for other struggling parents. The cancer survivor who becomes a healer, using their experience to guide others through their own battles. The refugee who becomes an activist, fighting for justice and equality on behalf of their community. These people didn't just survive their pain, they alchemized it. They took the raw material of their suffering and forged it into something beautiful and powerful and transcendent. And in doing so, they didn't just change their own lives, they changed their world. That's the invitation that pain extends to all of us. It's not a punishment, it's a portal. It's a chance to dig deep, to discover our own inner alchemy, and to emerge as the heroes of our own stories. But heroism isn't a destination, it's a decision. It's a choice we make moment by moment to keep showing up, to keep rising up, to keep alchemizing our pain into purpose. It's not easy, it's not comfortable, but it's the only way forward. So if you're in the midst of your own dark night of the soul right now, if you're grappling with pain that feels too heavy to bear, I want you to know that you are not alone. You are not broken. You are not powerless. You are a warrior. You are an alchemist. You are a phoenix waiting to rise. And every moment of pain, every setback and struggle and heartbreak is fuel for your fire. It's the crucible that's forging you into the hero you were always meant to be. So don't run from your pain, run towards it. Embrace it. Alchemize it. Let it be the catalyst that catalyzes your transformation, the doorway that ushers you into your destiny. Because on the other side of that doorway lies a life beyond your wildest imaginings, a life of purpose and power and unbridled possibility. It won't be easy. Growth never is. But it will be worth it. Because when you alchemize your pain into power, when you transmute your trials into triumph, you don't just change your own life, you change the world. You become a beacon of hope, a testament to the unshakable resilience of the human spirit. And in a world that's so often shrouded in darkness, we need that light more than ever. We need heroes who have walked through the fire and emerged stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. We need alchemists who can spin sorrow into gold, who can find the beauty in the brokenness and the purpose in the pain. That's the call that's being sounded for you right now. It's the invitation that your pain is extending, the gauntlet that life is throwing down at your feet. Will you accept the challenge? Will you summon the courage to alchemize your suffering, to transmute your trials into triumph? I believe you will. I believe you already are. Because the fact that you're here, that you're still breathing and fighting and showing up, that's proof that you've got a warrior's heart beating in your chest. You've already endured so much, already alchemized so much pain into power. And you're just getting started. So keep going, keep growing, keep alchemizing. Know that every step you take, every battle you fight, every wound you bear, it's all part of your hero's journey. It's all fuel for the fire that's forging you into the person you were always meant to become. And when you emerge from the flames, when you rise from the ashes as the phoenix you truly are, the world won't know what hit it. Because a person who has alchemized their pain into power, who has transmuted their trials into triumph, is unstoppable. They're a force of nature, a supernova in human form. So embrace that power. Claim that destiny. Know that your pain is not a prison, it's a portal, a doorway to a life beyond your wildest dreams. And when you step through that doorway, when you summon the courage to alchemize your suffering, you'll find that the hero you've been searching for has been within you all along. It's time to let that hero out. It's time to unleash the warrior within, to let your phoenix rise from the ashes of your pain. The world is waiting for you. Your destiny is calling. And the only question left is this: are you ready to answer the call? Are you ready to turn your pain into power, your trials into triumph, your suffering into strength? Are you ready to become the hero of your own story, the alchemist of your own destiny? I know you are. I can feel it in my bones, in the marrow of my soul. You were made for this. You were forged for this. Every moment of your life, every tear you shed, every battle you fought, it's all been leading you here, to this moment, to this choice. So choose power. Choose purpose. Choose the alchemy of the human spirit that can transmute even the darkest pain into the brightest light. Because when you do, when you summon the courage to turn your suffering into strength, you won't just change your life. You'll change the world. You'll become a beacon of hope, a testament to the unshakable resilience of the human spirit. You'll show others that it's possible to rise from the ashes, to rebuild from the rubble, to alchemize pain into power and trials into triumph. And in doing so, you'll inspire them to do the same. You'll become a catalyst for their transformation, a spark that ignites the hero within them. And together, you'll create a ripple effect of courage and compassion that will touch every corner of the globe. That's the power of alchemy. That's the power of the human spirit. And it's a power that lies within you, within all of us, waiting to be unleashed, waiting to be alchemized. So let this be your call to arms, your battle cry, your rallying anthem. Let this be the moment you choose to turn your pain into power, your suffering into strength, your trials into triumph. Let this be the moment you decide to become the hero of your own story. Because the world needs heroes like you. The world needs alchemists and warriors and phoenixes rising from the ashes. The world needs people who have walked through the fire and emerged stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. And that's who you are. That's who you've always been. Every moment of your life, every tear you've shed, every battle you fought, it's all been leading you to this realization, to this reclamation of your power. So claim it, own it, step into the fullness of who you truly are. And know that when you do, when you summon the courage to alchemize your pain, miracles will happen. Mountains will move. The impossible will become possible. Because a person who has turned their pain into power is unstoppable. They're a force of nature, a supernova in human form. And when you become that force, when you unleash the alchemist within, there's no limit to what you can achieve, no challenge you can't overcome, no dream you can't make real. So dream big, aim high, reach for the stars and beyond. Because you're not just made of stardust, you are a star, a blazing light in the darkness, a beacon of hope for all who are lost. And your pain? It's not a curse, it's a gift. It's the fuel that will propel you to heights you never imagined, the fire that will forge you into the hero you were always meant to be. So let it burn. Let it blaze. Let it transform you from the inside out. And know that on the other side of the flames, a new world is waiting, a world where your pain has become your power, your suffering has become your strength, and your trials have become your trials, have become your triumph. It's a world where you're not just surviving, but thriving. A world where you're not just coping, but creating. A world where you're not just existing, but living fully, fiercely, and with every fiber of your being. And it all starts with a choice. A choice to turn your pain into power, your wounds into wisdom, your scars into stars. A choice to become the alchemist of your own life, the hero of your own story. So make that choice, take that leap. Summon the courage to step into the fire and let it forge you into something new, something stronger, something brighter, something more beautiful than you ever thought possible. Because on the other side of that fire, a new life awaits, a life of purpose and passion and unbridled possibility. A life where your pain has become your greatest teacher, your deepest well of strength. A life where you're not just surviving, but thriving, shining like the supernova you truly are. And as you blaze that trail, as you light up the world with your courage and your compassion, know that you're not alone. Know that there's an army of alchemists and warriors and phoenixes rising alongside you, each one turning their pain into power, their suffering into strength. Together, you're creating a revolution of resilience, a global uprising of the human spirit. Together, you're showing the world that even in the darkest of times, even in the depths of despair, hope is never lost. Power is never gone. The alchemy of transformation is always within reach. So reach for it. Grab hold of it. Let it lift you up and carry you forward. And know that every step you take, every battle you fight, every wound you bear, it's all part of the journey, all part of the alchemy. It's not easy, it's not painless, but it is possible. It is powerful. And it is the path to a life beyond your wildest dreams, a life where your pain has become your purpose, your trials have become your triumph, and your scars have become your stars. So shine on, my fellow alchemists. Rise up, my fellow warriors. Blaze brightly, my fellow phoenixes. The world is waiting for your light. And with every flicker of courage, every spark of resilience, you're illuminating the way for us all. Keep going, keep growing, keep alchemizing. And know that no matter how dark the night may seem, no matter how deep the pain may run, the dawn is always waiting on the other side. And when it comes, when that first ray of light breaks through the shadows, you'll be there to greet it. You'll be standing tall, rooted in your power, shining like the supernova you were always meant to be. Because you, my friend, are an alchemist. You are a warrior. You are a phoenix rising from the ashes. And your pain, it's not your enemy, it's your fuel, your fire, your forge. So let it burn. Let it blaze. Let it transform you from the inside out. And know that on the other side of the flames, a new world is waiting, a world where your pain has become your power, your suffering has become your strength, and your trials have become your triumph. It's a world to conjure from the depths of your being, a world to create with every breath and every beat of your courageous heart, a world where love is louder than fear, where hope is stronger than despair, where the alchemy of the human spirit reigns supreme. That's the world I see for you. That's the world I know you're capable of creating, because you, my beautiful friend, are not just made of stardust, you are a star, a blazing, brilliant, boundless star. And it's time for you to shine. So go forth, be brave, turn your pain into power and your suffering into strength. Become the alchemist you were always meant to be, the hero of your own story, the author of your own destiny. And as you rise, as you blaze, as you transform the world with your courage and your light, know that I am with you. Know that an army of angels and alchemists and world changers is cheering you on. Because turning pain into power isn't just an individual journey, it's a global uprising. It's a revolution of resilience that's changing the world, one courageous heart at a time. And you're at the forefront of that revolution. You're leading the charge, lighting the way, blazing the trail. You're showing us all what's possible when we summon the strength to alchemize our suffering, to turn our trials into triumph. So keep shining, keep rising, keep transforming pain into purpose and wounds into wisdom. The world needs your light now more than ever. And with every flicker of courage, every spark of resilience, you're illuminating the path to a brighter tomorrow. It won't be easy. Growth never is. But it will be worth it. Because when you turn your pain into power, when you become the alchemist of your own life, you don't just change yourself. You change the world. You become a force for healing, a catalyst for transformation, a supernova of hope in a world that's aching for your light. And that, my friend, is the greatest alchemy of all, the alchemy of a life lived fully, fiercely, and with every fiber of your being. A life where pain becomes purpose, where suffering becomes strength, where trials become triumph. That life is waiting for you. That power is within you. And the only thing left to do is to claim it, to own it, to step into the fullness of who you truly are, a blazing star, a world changer, an alchemist of the highest order. So take that step, make that choice. Turn your pain into power, your suffering into strength, your trials into triumph. And watch as the world transforms before your eyes, a world where love is stronger than hate, where hope is louder than fear, where the alchemy of the human spirit reigns supreme. It's a world of your making, a world of your designing. A world where pain is not a prison, but a portal, a doorway to a life beyond your wildest imaginings. And you, my courageous friend, you hold the key, you are the key to your own transformation, your own liberation, your own unbridled power. So use it, wield it, step into the fire and let it forge you into the hero you were always meant to be. Because turning pain into power isn't just a personal journey, it's a global revolution. And you're at the forefront of that revolution. You're leading the charge, lighting the way, blazing the trail. And the best part, you're not alone. You're part of a movement, part of a rising tide of alchemists and world changers who are transforming pain into purpose, suffering into strength. Together, you're creating a world where love is the lingua franca, where hope is the currency, where alchemy is the order of the day. A world where every heart is healed, every spirit is whole, every dream is possible. That's the world I see on the horizon. That's the world I know we're capable of creating. And it all starts with you, with your courage, your resilience, your boundless power to turn pain into purpose. So let this be your rallying cry, your battle anthem, your siren song. Let this be the moment you decide to become the alchemist of your own life, the hero of your own story, the author of your own destiny. Because when you do, when you summon the strength to transmute pain into power, miracles will happen. Mountains will move. The impossible will become possible. And you'll become unstoppable. A force of nature, a supernova in human form, a beacon of hope for all who are lost. So blaze on, my beautiful friend. Rise up, my fellow alchemist. The world is waiting for your light. And with every flicker of courage, every spark of resilience, you're illuminating the way to a brighter tomorrow. Keep going, keep growing, keep turning pain into power, suffering into strength, trials into triumph. And know that no matter how dark the night may seem, no matter how deep the pain may run, the dawn is always waiting on the other side. And when it comes, when that first ray of light breaks through the shadows, you'll be there to greet it. You'll be standing tall, rooted in your power, shining like the supernova you were always meant to be. Because you, my brilliant friend, are not just made of stardust, you are a star. A blazing, boundless, beautiful star. And it's time for you to shine. So go forth. Be brave. Turn your pain into power and your suffering into strength. Become the alchemist you were always meant to be, the hero of your own story, the author of your own destiny. And as you do, as you blaze a trail of courage through a world that so desperately needs your light, know that there is an army of alchemists standing beside you. Know that a global movement of resilience is rumbling to life beneath your feet. Together, you're changing the world. Together, you're writing a new story, a story where pain is not a prison, but a portal. A story where suffering is not the end, but the beginning. A story where every heart is healed, every spirit is whole, every dream is possible. So keep writing that story, keep turning the pages, keep shining your light. The world is waiting for the next chapter, the chapter where you turn your pain into power, your trials into triumph, your suffering into strength. And as you write that chapter, as you blaze that trail, know that you are loved. Know that you are seen. Know that you are never, ever alone. Because in a world that so often feels dark and broken, you are the light. You are the hope. You are the alchemy that's turning pain into power, one courageous heart at a time. And that, my brilliant friend, is the most powerful magic of all the magic of a life lived fully, fiercely, and with every fiber of your being. A life where pain becomes purpose, where suffering becomes strength, where trials become triumph. That life is your birthright. That power is your inheritance, and the only thing left to do is to claim it, to own it, to step into the fullness of who you truly are, a blazing star, a world changer, an alchemist of the highest order. So take that step. Make that choice. Turn your pain into power, your suffering into strength, your trials into triumph. And watch as the world transforms before your very eyes, a world where love is the law of the land, where hope is the beat of every heart, where the alchemy of the human spirit reigns supreme. It's a world of your making, a world of your imagining, a world where pain is not a prison, but a portal, a doorway to a life beyond your wildest dreams. And you, my courageous friend, you are the key, you are the catalyst, you are the alchemist who can transmute even the darkest pain into the brightest gold. So shine on, blaze on, turn your pain into power, your suffering into strength, your trials into triumph. And know that every step you take, every battle you fight, every scar you bear, it's all part of the alchemy. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the magic that's turning you into the hero you were always meant to be. Because that's who you are, my brilliant friend. That's who you've always been. A hero in the making, an alchemist in the flesh, a supernova just waiting to be born. So let this be your moment. Let this be your time to rise, to shine, to set the world ablaze with your courage and your light. The stage is yours. The spotlight is on. And the only question left is this: are you ready to turn your pain into power? Are you ready to become the alchemist of your own life, the hero of your own story, the author of your own destiny? Are you ready to blaze a trail of transformation through a world that's aching for your light? If your answer is yes, and I know it is, then there's only one thing left to say. Welcome to the revolution, my friend. Welcome to the uprising of the human spirit. Welcome to the alchemy of turning pain into power, suffering into strength, trials into triumph. It's a journey of 1,000 miles, and it starts with a single step. So take that step, make that choice, turn your pain into power, and let the magic begin. Because you, my brilliant, blazing friend, you were born for this. You were made for this. You are the alchemist the world has been waiting for. And your time? Your time is now. So rise up, shine on, and let the alchemy of your courageous heart transform the world. One painful, powerful step at a time.